Potatoes contain an enzyme that, when exposed to air, turns a potato brown. This is an example of oxidation, which is the process of removing electrons. To counteract this reaction, lime or lemon juice can be used. Here we have the same potato cut in half. One was exposed to oxygen, which is the browner one, while the other one was not.
Another household chemical reaction is the curdling of milk. Milk is a combination of fat, water, lactose, and other proteins, and the fat globules in the milk are surrounded by a skin of phospholipids and proteins, which keep them together, rather than turning into butter. The water in the milk contains proteins that have hydrophilic and hydrophobic poles. The hydrophobic ends of the protein arrange themselves into globes called micelles, and are hydrophobic proteins called caseins. There are 4 different types of caseins, and they make up 80% of the total weight of protein in the milk. The outer layer of this micelle is a type of casein, known as kappa casein, and the kappa casein reaches out a little bit to the surrounding liquid. The kappa casein have a negative charge, and because of that, they stay away from each other. As milk is left out and it oxidizes, bacteria grows, and the milk sugar lactose turns into lactic acid. More and more protons meet the negatively charged kappa casein, and the kappa casein loses its negative charge, so the micelles begin to curdle. The denaturation of proteins involves the disruption and possible destruction of both the secondary and tertiary structures of a protein. Since denaturation reactions are not strong enough to break the peptide bonds, the primary structure remains the same after denaturation. Denaturation disrupts the normal alpha helix and beta sheets in a protein and uncoils it into a random shape. Denaturation occurs because the hydrogen bonds that make up the secondary structure and tertiary structure are disrupted. There are 4 types of bonding interactions, the most common of which is the coagulation of the protein. Heat can be used to disrupt the hydrogen bonds and nonpolar hydrophobic interactions. This occurs because the heat increases the kinetic energy and causes the molecules to vibrate so rapidly and violently that the bonds are disrupted. The proteins in eggs